Alright, so this is exam 1. We're going to be doing all of section 1. Use the provided graphs f of x and g of x from page 2 to find the value of each of the following. Value does not exist, right does not exist, and explain why. Awesome. So I went ahead and let's actually properly label these: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Alright, so I labeled them all out so that we both know what I'm talking about. So for A, we're going to be looking at the function of f of x, and it's as that function x approaches 2, so as x approaches 2, it's going to be y equals 0, so that's going to be 0. We're going to do the same thing for B. As x approaches 4, it's going to be a y value of 4, so let's get that there. So it's also going to be the same thing for C. As x approaches 8 on the function f of x, as x approaches 8, there is a non-removable jump discontinuity, so that means that it does not exist because of non-removable jump discontinuity. Awesome. Alright, so as x approaches 0 for f of x, as x approaches 0, there's nothing coming from the left side, there's only something coming from the right side, so this one is also does not exist as well. So now it looks like we're changing up the functions. It's going to be g of x, so we got to make sure we look at the right graph. So as x approaches 9 for g of x, as x approaches 9, we are at -4, so it's going to be -4. And then for g of x, when x approaches 4 from the left, right? So as x approaches 4 from the left, it's going to go to positive infinity. The y value is going to go to positive infinity, and that's going to be our answer there. As x approaches 4 from the right, for the function of g of x, it's going to be 1. Alright, so for this one, basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to look at when x approaches 8 from the left for f of x, and when x approaches 8 for g of x. So let's write that out. Let's separate them. Plus the limit as x approaches 8 from the left of g of x. Alright, so as x approaches 8 from the left for f of x, 8 is here. When it approaches 8 from the left, it's going to be at -4. So it's going to be -4 plus, and then 8 from the left for g of x. From the left, it's going to be 1, right? So your answer here is going to be -3. So this is saying the same thing, but instead of approaching 8 from the left, it's going to be approaching 8 from the right. So just to speed up this process, I'm just going to copy and paste this. And let's just change the signs here. Alright, so as x approaches 8 from the right, and not from the left, it's going to be at 1 for f of x. So 1 plus, and then for g of x, from the right, it's going to be -4. Equals -3. Alright, and now this is saying the function, this would be the function, as x approaches this function, what is it? It's going to be -3 because from the left, it converges to -3. From the left here, it converges to -3, and then from the right, it also converges to -3. Therefore, j will equal -3. Alright, and then for this one, we basically just find as x approaches 12 from the left of f of x, and x approaches 12 from the left of g of x. So let's just modify this times, and then 12 from the left, and then 12 from the left. Alright, so f of x approaches 12 from the left does not exist, right? So this first one does not exist. And then, oh wait, no, sorry. From the left, right? So it approaches it from the left. It's going to be at 3. And then that's going to be g of x from the left. From the left, it's going to be -4. This then equals -12. All right, so for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the limit to the inside of the function, or we're going to just put the limit inside the function, so g of 6. And so let's go find g of 6. G of 6 is going to equal 3. So this is going to just equal f of 3, and then now let's find f of 3. F of 3 is going to be 2. And that's going to be our answer for this one. And for this one, we're going to apply the limit to the inside function. So f of the limit of x, f of x. So as x approaches 4 for f of x approaches 4, it's going to be 4. Because as x approaches 4, it equals 4. So then this basically just becomes f of 4. And since this point right here does not exist, and there's a point down here that does exist, that's going to be our y value. Our y value there is going to be -1, so our last one here is -1.